The Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business Podcast brings you a unique view of Mesa through its vibrant business community and the subjects that are important. The podcast is produced in the Mesa Chamber of Commerce Media Studio, sponsored by the University of Phoenix. Our podcast is hosted by Mesa Chamber of Commerce CEO Sally Harrison. Please enjoy this episode of the Mesa Chamber Inside Business Podcast.
Hi, I'm Sally Harrison, President and CEO at the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, and this morning we are in our podcast studio with my friend Christine Selman, who is the President of Mesa Sister Cities. Welcome.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me today in Mesa Sister Cities.
Let's talk about first, what is Mesa Sister Cities?
Absolutely.
It's a very old organization, I know that.
Yes. So it all started about 44 years ago with one of our mayors that had heard about Sister Cities, and they had decided that they wanted to really create this very different group here in Mesa. Mm-hmm. So it was more about civic diplomacy. It was about international relationships, exchanges. It was about economic development and just kind of a people-to-people type of a group that we could have here in Mesa, and he found that through Sister Cities International.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, talk about the partnership between Mesa and these international companies and how they first came about, because I've been involved in Mesa Sister Cities for several years. It started because years ago, the mayor, and I believe he was the vice mayor at the time, Dennis Kavanaugh, asked me if I would be president.
Yes.
So I got to understand it basically overnight
yes.
by taking the position. But you are now the president, and
yes.
Obviously very involved for the last few years. But talk about this partnership and how the international countries first came about, and how they're chosen.
Absolutely. Well, our international partnerships that we currently have are with, we have 5 different sister cities. Mm-hmm. And so starting as some of our closer neighbors is in Guaymas, Mexico, mm-hmm. also Burnaby, Canada, mm-hmm. Upper Hutt, New Zealand, pretty far away, one of our very far away places.
Right.
Caraz, Peru, and Kaiping, China.
Okay.
So those are our international countries mm-hmm. that we really connected with, and in whichever way. Some of them where we had people within the committees with the city of Mesa, and they knew somebody from a different country, and mm-hmm. they said, I have connections in this country, and I think that this would be very comparable to Mesa. We like to find countries that are comparable in economic standing, also population, mm-hmm. look at their universities and their high schools, because we do a lot of exchanges with our high schools. So that's kind of how it all came about, okay. And those are the ones that really stuck in our base mm-hmm. of our international countries that we work with.
Okay. So explain what the significant local benefits are that our community receives from Mesa Sister Cities.
Absolutely. It's one of, I think, the best parts of other than our student exchanges, that's really phenomenal, but mm-hmm. the partnerships that we have with our international countries and our international partnerships, that we really bring it back home here when we have them come to visit. Perfect example is that we just had the Guaymas group came up from mm-hmm. Mexico, and we planned a whole 4-day tour for them. Mm-hmm. They wanted to talk about the tourism, and we brought Visit Mesa in. They want to talk about public safety, renewable energy. We had Burnaby, Canada that came, and we did a 3-day event with them as well, and just brought them all over the valley to our natural museum. Mm-hmm. To every one of our groups go in, and they actually go to a session with the mayor mm-hmm. and the mayor's committee, so they get to meet everyone. But we take them out into the community. Burnaby, Canada was very interested on how we do cooling parks.
Oh,
and
nice.
What better place to ask than their partners of Mesa, right. Arizona, and how we plant our trees in different ways to make cooling areas in our mm-hmm. parks. So it's really incredible how we ask them, what are you looking to learn? What mm-hmm. are you what can we do to help influence? What can we do to help your city grow?
That's our,
And it kind of just naturally happens, and we
Yeah.
connect them with the right people when they're here.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, talk about these exchange programs that Mesa Sister Cities talks about and supports.
Absolutely. So the one that is the longest running has been our student exchange program. It's called the Youth Ambassador Exchange Program. We typically will exchange with our sister cities depending on where they're at. If they're in the middle of an election, if they're in the middle of a change of mayors, sometimes we have to kind of pause for a year in some of those countries. But typically it's about 3.5 months, or excuse me, 3.5 weeks that the students will go over to another country. They also will host a student for 3.5 weeks here.
Okay.
So we, of course, do all different types of things when they come, and I can get into that a little bit more. But we are also in the process of creating an educator exchange so that our
Really?
teachers...
That's interesting.
Yes. So our teachers can go over and meet other countries and see how they do their curriculums, how they set up their pathways for students of learning and their innovativeness, how we can kind of influence, but also how we can be influenced in learning new ways of educating.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing more about that teacher
Yeah.
exchange. That's great. I know that you've had your own students that have been part of the exchange program. Can you share any stories about how these exchanges have impacted a student?
Absolutely. The really great part of being involved with these students is it's ongoing. It's not just someone's coming into the program and then they're leaving. We keep in contact with these students. We've actually created an alumni group with these students. We try to keep them engaged. It's a little bit hard when they go away to college. When they stay here locally, it works wonderful. But when they do go away to college, we kind of let them have their college time. But then they connect back with us when they get back into the valley. But one real incredible experience that we just had, we just went to Caraz, Peru, and we visited with the... I think there were 6 different families from 3 different year exchanges that all came out to meet us when we were meeting with their mayor and having a lunch. And they wanted to kind of do a presentation for us. They had their students one by one talk about the impact that this exchange had on them.
That's great.
And also one of the students... we took him to Falkenfield, and it was a flying club. We got him up in an airplane. Another family, also that was into flying like ours was, took him to Falkenfield as well and spent the day over there and let him go flying. He's gotten his private pilot's license.
Oh, wow.
He's now going to school in Spain from Peru, which he never thought would even be considered an opportunity, and is going to be getting his aviation license for commercial air flight.
That's awesome.
So, that's just one story. And he stood there in front of all of us and said, had I not gone on this exchange, I didn't know what else was out there. I didn't know past the walls of my city, and it expanded my view so largely that I now have a path moving forward. Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, you talked about some really great things. What are some of the challenges of maintaining sister city relationships?
Some of the challenges are, I kind of mentioned before, when there is elections happening and mayors switching in and out, you build these really great foundations, and then if they only have a term for 4 years or 2 years or whatever, we try to look for ways of sustainability through community programs that work with the cities, so that we can, so if the city kind of does some shifting around that community group, and it's normally parents and educators and people within the community that really won't be leaving. So that's the change in mayors and the committees is a bit of a challenge. But as we know here with all of our 501c3 volunteer programs, always having enough volunteers to help. So that's always a challenge. We have a great foundation, but we are absolutely looking to grow. And
okay.
Yeah.
All right. How have the sister city relationships fostered new economic development opportunities or maybe shared knowledge for businesses in Mesa?
Absolutely. So, of course, one of our big ones, we've had different cities that wanted to come here and learn what is this Waymo? What is this? What is this driverless car? And so a lot of the EV of all of the vehicles around here, they really want to know a lot about that.
Sure.
So they want to come here and learn the economic impact that it's had on our city. Also, our light rail systems and transportation. So when we connect them in with the transportation, we always have someone from Sister Cities go with them. But it really helps them learn what we're doing here and how it might influence something that they do back at their home.
Well, I think Waymo itself would be very interesting for anybody from another country, especially like Peru. Caraz would definitely have some interest in something so advanced for them.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you mentioned citizen diplomacy. Why is that so important to us for businesses, and how does it help build the trust that official government channels sometimes can't?
What I would think about that, like I said, when you have groups within the community that connect in with your city government, those really are the ones that can help. They're kind of the boots on the ground that help get the information out that groups are coming, or they are connecting partnerships to help grow the information they have to share with different cities. So the way that it really impacts is the communication that happens, obviously always through all of our social medias and all of that, but also many of them are parents, and they are they have small businesses within a city. They have different connections, and as they say, something really good, a person will tell 5 people.
Right.
Sometimes that one person can really make an influence, just rather on their customer base or their surrounding neighborhood or whatever it might be.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, in an era of global tension, what gives you the most hope about the impact of programs like Mesa Sister Cities?
What I hope the best impact would be is that we are part of the solution of what's going on in the world right now. That we are open to still talking to our neighbors, that we are building bridges across borders, that we are saying all this too shall pass when it comes to kind of government unrest or government direction changing, that we will continue to keep a great friendship, that we'll continue to grow together with our communities, our students, our businesses, our families, that is really an everlasting relationship that we continue on. So it's really hoping to be part of the solution of keeping the great communication that our state and our city has created.
That's great.
Yeah.
What makes Mesa Sister City different from some of the other volunteer organizations in the Valley? Talk about maybe what the benefits are for me and my family.
Well, one of the benefits that I feel, because I've been a part of other community programs before, and the thing that I love and I find is the difference. This is something your whole family can be involved in. It's not just it's not just a place that your mom and dad can. This is something you could get your kids involved in the student exchange, and then on to being part of the alumni. And really what I feel that it is, what makes it a difference, is that you're a part of something bigger. It's not task-oriented, where we are, okay, we need 5 people here at this place on Saturday at this time. It really is about, we're going to be going over and traveling and going to our sister cities. We have a new country that's very interested, a new city in a country that's interested in us being of becoming a sister city. We need a group of us, your children included, all of us to travel over there. We're in the process of starting a relationship with Udine, Italy, and
Italy would be nice.
that's what we think too.
Yeah.
So we will possibly we're we're looking for people that are interested in connecting with Udine, Italy, and that have an Italian background that live here in Mesa that would love to be a part of something like that.
I like Italian food. Does that count?
It does. We have a lot of foodies in our group.
I can imagine. Oh, well, that's great. I think, having anything that you can get your entire family involved in is special. So for people who don't have any kind of a relationship with Mesa Sister Cities, they don't really understand what sister cities are or have questions, how can they reach out?
You can always go out to our website. We have, of course, our contact us and information that you can fill out, and we can send you information. But someone will reach out to you, rather by phone or email.
Website addresses
is Sister Cities, mesasistercities.org.
Okay.
Yes, and I will tell you, we just got connected on the Visit Mesa website. They're great partners of ours, and sometimes it will go to the Visit Mesa website, and it will have a link to our Mesa Sister Cities website. So don't be shocked if that happens, because we've tried to work this little glitch out for a long time, and we don't mind it though, because we love people being directed to Visit Mesa. So
well, great.
Yeah,
thank you. I appreciate you coming in today. Looks like there's a lot of movement.
Yes.
Within the Sister Cities nonprofit. That's great. There's a lot of different sister cities in the state.
Yes.
But Mesa is special, obviously. We have great relationships. I feel locally because one is south and one is just north of us, but lots of activity, and it's fun to have those folks come here for visits.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think one of the things about Mesa Sister City that's been so fantastic is that our mayor connection has been unreal. I mean, the support we get from the mayor's office, I mean, from meeting, hey, Mayor Freeman, we've got a group coming in. Can you meet with them? And they do that all the time. Previous Mayor John Giles was so helpful. I mean, they would meet with the students and come in and do a Q&A with your mayor. And the mayor's support that we have in Mesa is what has made us the sister city that we are today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So hopefully everybody will go online and check things out. I know you have a great social media presence too, so you can watch for pictures of activities there.
Yes, especially today for the Veterans Day Parade. We'll have all kinds of pictures.
Good. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
This has been a Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business podcast. You can find all podcast episodes at iTunes, Spotify, or your own favorite podcast website. You can also find them online at mesachamber.org. Content of this podcast is copyright the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, unless otherwise noted.